1955 Pontiac Star Chief Custom Safari. The 1955 Pontiac Safari, often called the Pontiac version of the Nomad, was one of the rare two-door, two-row sport wagons produced for only 3 years and the most expensive model in Pontiac's lineup. Inspired by the Chevy Corvette Nomad Motorama concept, the Pontiac Star Chief Custom Safari stretched over 203 inches in length and came with a 287 cubic inches V8, either with a 2-barrel carburetor producing 180 horsepower or a 4-barrel version making 200 horsepower. Transmission options included a 3-speed column shift manual or a 4-speed hydromatic automatic. Priced at $3,124, it was one of the rare Pontiacs to break the $3,000 mark at the time. After 1957, the Safari name continued on models like the Bonneville, Executive, and Catalina throughout the 1960s and 1970s, leaving a lasting mark on American station wagon history. 1956 Rambler Cross Country. George Romney, the newly appointed president of AMC, later governor of Michigan and unsuccessful U.S. presidential candidate in 1968, killed off Hudson shortly after its 1954 merger with Nash Kelvinator. But the Rambler brand lived on, offering compact, sensible cars while the Big Three rolled out prairie schooners stretching well over 220 inches. The Rambler Cross Country came with a 196 cubic inch 6-cylinder engine, producing 120 horsepower and 170 pound-feet of torque. It was a 2-row 6-passenger wagon featuring fully reclining front seats, airplane style, and a distinctive one-piece tailgate. What truly made it remarkable was its body design, the first American 4-door hardtop wagon, appearing just a year after GM introduced the hardtop sedan with the 1955 Oldsmobile 88 and Buick Century. Adding to its charm was faux wood trim against a green body finish, resembling stylish mid-century furniture and making the car stand out as a design icon. (1957) Buick Century Caballero Riviera. As Americans flocked to the suburbs, wagons quickly became symbols of prestige, rivaling coupes and convertibles. The 1957 Buick Century Caballero lived up to its name, Caballero, a true gentleman on wheels. Many consider the 1957 Buick one of the most beautiful cars ever built. Its striking 2- or 3-tone paint schemes came in 21 choices, the most available in a single year. With a 122-inch wheelbase, the Caballero offered limousine-like comfort. Buyers could choose 2 or 3 rows of seating, fitting 6 to 9 passengers, with a flexible split-fold second row. A unique clamshell-style 2-piece tailgate added further elegance. The Century Caballero Riviera came with a 364 cubic inch V8, making 300 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque, paired with Buick's smooth Dynaflow automatic transmission. The cheaper Special Caballero featured a 250 horsepower V8. Despite its weight, the wagon could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 10.1 seconds and cover the quarter mile in 17.6 seconds. Impressive numbers for a luxury wagon of the 1950s. (1957) Oldsmobile Super 88 Fiesta. If you ever doubt which decade marked the golden age of automotive design, look no further than the 1957 Oldsmobile Super 88 Fiesta. With flowing body lines, it wasn't just a family station wagon, but also one of the most stylish, rare, and beautiful wagons ever made. For a quarter century, the station wagon stood as a cornerstone of the American automotive industry. In the post-war era, as the suburbs became the new heartland of family life, wagons emerged as the perfect balance of utility and style. Under the hood, the Super 88 Fiesta carried Oldsmobile's pride and joy, the Rocket V8. Renowned for its power and growl, the 371 cubic inch Rocket V8 produced 277 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque, paired with the updated Jetaway Hydromatic automatic transmission. Its exterior, heavy with chrome trim, embodied the flashy, extravagant spirit of America's post-war dream car era. With a price of $3,220, Oldsmobile built 8,981 units of the Super 88 Fiesta wagon for 1957. 1960 Chrysler Town & Country. From the 1950s through the early 1980s, the Town & Country name was synonymous with the most luxurious and prestigious American station wagons. The 1960 New Yorker Town & Country was a true road beast, powered by a 413 cubic inch V8 with 350 horsepower and riding on a 126-inch wheelbase within a 220-inch overall length. The smaller Windsor Town & Country was slightly more compact at 215 inches long with a 122-inch wheelbase. Powered by a 383 cubic inch V8 producing 305 horsepower. Both wagons featured Chrysler's push-button torque-flight automatic transmission with an optional rear-facing third-row seat, a distinctive touch of the era. By 1964, Chrysler released its last four-door hardtop wagons. Soon after, every pillarless design, from two-door coupes to sedans and wagons, came under fire as the safety movement led by Ralph Nader took hold. Wagons in particular were criticized for rollover risks due to their long roofs without sufficient vertical supports. This is why modern three-row wagons are nearly extinct. Reinforced, thicker roof structures reduce third-row space, making taller SUVs with sturdier frames the practical solution. In 1960, prices started at $3,691 for the Windsor Town & Country and $5,212 for the New Yorker Town & Country. Figures that cemented their reputation not just as family cars, but as luxury status symbols of American suburbia. (1963) Studebaker Wagon Air. Famed industrial designer Brooks Stevens brought a bold idea to the 1960 Studebaker Lark. A unique sliding roof panel introduced as a mid-cycle update. The roof section could open from just behind the thin C-pillar, all the way to the rear of the car. This design allowed owners to easily carry bulky items, even a surfboard standing upright in the cargo area. Interestingly, 4 decades later, GMC borrowed this idea for its Envoy XUV SUV. The Wagon Air was sold in 2 trims, the standard Regal and the upscale Daytona. Buyers could choose a 170 cubic inch 6-cylinder engine that produces 112 horsepower, or step up to a 259 or 289 cubic inch V8, delivering 180 and 210 horsepower respectively. A handful were even equipped with a supercharged 289 engine that boosted output to an impressive 289 horsepower, remarkable for the era. Only 15 Lark Wagon Airs with the rare R2 engine package were built in 1963. After the 1963 model year, Studebaker moved production from South Bend, Indiana, to Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and exited the car business after 1966. Back in 1963, the Wagon Air's base price ranged from $2,550 to $2,700, a tempting deal for such an innovative and forward-thinking wagon. 1964 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. Launched on February 4, 1964, the Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser was a truly unique wagon based on the stretched F85/Cutlass platform with a 120-inch wheelbase, longer than the standard F85 wagon. It shared its body design with the Buick Sport Wagon and Pontiac Safari, but its standout feature was the raised glass roof, a split skylight design starting above the second row. Inspired by the Volkswagen 19-window microbus, Oldsmobile expanded the concept to 21 windows in 1964, filling the cabin with natural light and a sense of openness. This was the first American wagon to adopt such a glass roof design, which carried through 4 generations until 1972. By 1973, the new Colonnade A-body platform reduced this to a single skylight. Under the hood, it came standard with Buick's 225 cubic inch V6, but from 1964 to 1967, customers could opt for Oldsmobile's Rocket 330 V8, producing anywhere from 210 to 320 horsepower, giving the wagon performance that rivaled sporty sedans of the era. The Vista Cruiser was more than just a wagon. It became an icon of creativity and individuality on American roads. 1965 Buick Sport Wagon. The Buick Sport Wagon, a mid-size wagon with plenty of 1960s personality, shared its platform and body styling with the Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser and Pontiac Safari. Built on the stretched GM A body with a 120-inch wheelbase, it was one of the more imposing wagons of its class. From 1964 to 1967, it came standard with a 225 cubic inch Buick V6, paired with either a 3-speed manual or the optional 2-speed Super Turbine 300 automatic. Buyers could upgrade to the 300 cubic inch Wildcat V8, producing 210 horsepower for stronger performance. 2- and 3-row seating configurations were offered, with a forward-facing 3rd-row seat available as an option. The highlight of the sport wagon was its raised roofline and sky roof, a row of skylight windows stretching from the 2nd row to the cargo area, featured from 1965 to 1969. In 1966, Buick added optional vinyl wood-grain siding, giving the wagon an upscale and nostalgic look. With prices ranging from $2,925 to $3,214 in 1965, the sport wagon was an attractive choice for families, seeking space, comfort, and a touch of individuality for their journeys. 1966 Ford Country Squire. By the mid-1960s, Ford proudly called itself the Wagon Master. And for good reason. The 1966 model debuted the groundbreaking Magic Door Gate. This one-piece tailgate, with an integrated power window, could open 2 ways. It folded down like a traditional tailgate, or swung open sideways like a door thanks to cleverly engineered dual hinges on the driver's side. It was a leap forward in convenience and flexibility, features never before seen in a wagon. Ford also surprised families with a sideways-facing 3rd row, a detail unique to Ford and Mercury wagons of the era. This clever design allowed seating for up to 10 passengers, as long as you could squeeze 2 small kids into each side. Completely redesigned in 1965, the Country Squire featured signature vinyl wood-grain siding and upscale LTD-inspired interiors. It quickly became a suburban American status symbol. Measuring 211 inches long with a 119-inch wheelbase, the Country Squire was every bit a land yacht. Ford offered 4 engine options, ranging from a modest 289 V8 to the mighty 428 V8, producing between 200 and 345 horsepower. It was a machine powerful enough to haul the whole family while confidently cruising down endless American highways. And with a starting price of just $3,289 in 1966, it's no wonder the Country Squire became the wagon of choice for middle and upper-class suburban households, its golden era lasting well into the mid-1970s.
You'll see why Ford is America's station wagon specialist. You're ahead in a Ford all